Hi, everybody. Hi, this is Dr. Ken Muich, Fibromyalgia Wellness Center, Stetson Chiropractic Clinic. I do hope everyone had a wonderful Easter holiday and Passover. I know I did with family and children and grandchildren. It was just wonderful. It's always great to have a wonderful time as far as the holidays are concerned. But for some, especially I think those that have illnesses like fibromyalgia, that can be a real problem because you may not be able to enjoy the wonders of the holidays. And so I thought we'd talk about that today and how we might be able to deal with that. But something came up yesterday that I think fits this perfectly. And so I thought I would start out with the story from Eve or Evie, who sent me a message, and I thought I'd read it to you because it's very, very interesting and yet very, very sad because of how our supposed health professionals treat fibromyalgia patients. She went, apparently, this lady Evie, I won't mention her last name, I hope she's listening, by the way. She went to her doctor, and doctor told her that there's a lot of patients with worse fibromyalgia symptoms than her. That was his answer for treatment. So then she went to her counselor, I guess psychologist, whatever. She said that her counselor said that there's people that are worse off than her with other conditions than fibromyalgia. And her response was, "Why are you comparing me with others? This is my hell. This is not somebody else's hell." And she felt completely humiliated. And she said, "I guess I'm not that important." Look, each and every one of you are important, regardless of what your condition is. But to be treated in such an obnoxious, non-professional way by health providers is unacceptable. And anybody treats you like that, you should report them to their association, state board, or whatever, and let them know that this is not something to be taken lightly, that each patient is important. Each one of their problems and conditions and health, so forth, should be treated with respect, regardless of how you might feel. And again, I've mentioned this over and over again. There's a lot of doctors, allopaths, MDs, DOs, even doctors of chiropractic and physical therapists, so forth, that do not believe in some conditions like fibromyalgia, even chronic fatigue. And so consequently, they treat you accordingly. And I think I covered that last time. A lot of doctors don't care. They don't believe in what you have. Even if they did believe, they don't know what to do about it, and so forth and so on. It's a real shame that anybody should be treated like that, but especially over the holidays. So let's take a look at the holidays and how you might be able to deal with these. First of all, I really think it's important that everybody, regardless of condition, but especially fibromyalgia, since we're talking about that, you have a plan of action, okay? We're not talking about a war zone here, but I think especially for the holidays, you have to find out what you can control. There are certain things you can control. Location, if your home is not the right place because it brings back bad memories, whatever else, find some place that you've gone to that you can enjoy. That's the most important thing. So there is some controllable aspect. The weather, if it's nice out, great. If it's not, then obviously you may have to stay either inside, but it doesn't have to be home if that's a problem area. Find some place, again, could be a bookstore or maybe even a friend's house. And that's another thing, is you need to know who your friends are. You need to know who supports you, who believes in you, and who wants to actually help you in some respects rather than just blow you off. I hate to say it like that. So also, the fact is, you have to admit the fact, yes, I have fibromyalgia. Yes, I have MS. Yes, I have rheumatoid arthritis. Yes, I have this or that, whatever it might be. Admit it, agree to it. Okay, bingo. That's it. Now let's move forward. Let's see what really works. Concentrate on controlling your secondary conditions if you have fibromyalgia. And I've gone over those, and next time we're going to get together, I'm going to review many of those. There's 15 different conditions that actually mimic fibromyalgia. That's why, again, it's so difficult to diagnose fibromyalgia. So what are these can you control? Is it rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, MS? Of course, MS, multiple sclerosis, you have ups and downs, just like chronic fatigue. There are days in which you'll feel good and then days in which you won't feel good. Hopefully, the holidays will be ones that will be good. What can you do to manage those days so that you have the good days with them? Well, one of the things that you can do that I tell all my fibromyalgia patients and those that have high levels of inflammation is stay off of certain things like sugar, gluten, trans fatty acids, dairy. Not the day just before the holiday. Start like the week before. Really concentrate on staying off of sugar, gluten, trans fatty acids, and any foods that you know that make you ill, make you sick. You know, if it's onions, if it's black olives, whatever. I can't answer for you. You have to know yourself a little bit better. Okay, so you have to know what things are making things better and what things are making you worse. Are there foods that make you feel better? Well, concentrate on those for the holidays. I think that's extremely important. Now, here's another thing. What has worked for you in the past? Now, there's a lot of things. Could it be certain medications? Hey, if it is, take them, okay? Take them, and hopefully you'll feel better for the holidays. Not only for the fibromyalgia, but also the secondary conditions. Maybe it's marijuana, okay? If it is, hey, do what you can. Use it, whatever, okay? Maybe it's time alone, or maybe it's time with some people. Who are your friends again, or friend? Who can you really count on, all right? Those are all important things that you have to ask yourself. And again, this is your plan of action. Have all of this ready for you so that you can start this, not just the day before the holiday, but maybe a week before so that you have everything written down. And again, what is better for you? Is in-house better, or is outside, or some other location, as I mentioned? That's really important, that you understand that the location is extremely important. If the location that you're at brings back bad memories, oh, I remember doing this and so forth and so on, now I can't do it, okay, go to a location that you know that you have had relaxing moments, enjoyable moments, whatever it might be, outside, church, parks, whatever it could be, okay? Whatever would make you feel, keep, again, as part of your plan of action, okay? What has helped you in the past? What has helped you make you feel better, okay, even for short periods of time? That's extremely important. and that's something else. Is the holiday something that you have ingrained in your memory of, I wish I could have done this over again, but I can't, or maybe a bad memory, one thing or another? Okay, you have to be able to control those things in your mind a little bit now, okay? I can't reverse certain things for you, nor can you. Historically, it's whatever is done. But make sure out of all of those past history moments, so forth, try to bring back those things that make you the happiest, and bring back the best memories of those things and live with those, even though you might not be able to re-enjoy them again. But keep in mind, those are the happiest moments of your life. Those are the things that you need to know about and understand. Most important thing is be good to yourself. Don't feel like you're worthless, like Evie after going to her doctors and counselors, psychiatrists, and telling her that there's worse people than you, worse off people with you, with worse symptoms over. Hey, your problems are your problems, okay? You shouldn't be compared to any individual, any person. So ask yourself, what plan of action that you could use, okay, that will make your holiday the best ever, okay, or the best that you could do, at least as far as now is concerned. Can't bring back certain things, obviously. You can't reverse certain conditions, although with our program and our protocol, we do, because we treat the condition and not the symptoms. But in the meantime, how can you control those symptoms and those memories and so forth that you can have a good memory and a good holiday? So it's pretty simple if you look at it maybe weeks ahead of time and get a plan going, okay? Again, know who your friends are, who support you, even a phone call, a message, whatever else. Call them, say, I just thought I'd call, I really appreciate your support and so forth and your help. I think it's very, very important that I enjoy your friendship and so forth and your support. So, holidays for many of us bring back wonderful memories and enjoy it. And even today, or like over the weekend, I had an enjoyable time. I really did. It was the weather was perfect. We had most of the children and grandchildren over. We had a wonderful Easter egg hunt, great food, and just enjoyable conversation, a lot of laughs and so forth. But those are new memories. You have to have a plan of action. Okay, and that plan of action, like I say, includes who your friends are, location, time, all those things. Stay away from those things that you know are bad for you. That, at least as far as for our fibromyalgia patients, but our program, it's sugar, gluten, trans fatty acids, and dairy. Okay, and if you have some foods, if you know you can't eat asparagus, it gets you sick, don't eat it, or whatever it might be. Make sure you take whatever medications that you know have worked in the past, not the day before. Start them, a couple, 2, 3 days. Sometimes it takes 48 to 72 hours for certain things to break in and react within your system properly. And just an overall positive, little bit of positive mental attitude to know the fact, okay, I have this. I'm not going to let it ruin me. I'm not going to let it take over my life. I'm going to try to find some joy and really enjoy the holiday to its best that I can do in itself. So holidays are very finical, very difficult sometimes to deal with. But if you have a plan of action, know who, like I say, who you want to be with, where you want to be, so forth and so on, and accept the fact that you do have fibromyalgia and some other condition, okay? And now let's see what we can do about it. And concentrate on the secondary conditions especially. Those are the things that you can control probably better than many of fibrom. But keep in mind, if you control the secondary things, a lot of the symptoms from the secondary conditions that you have, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, whatever it might be, actually are the same things that fibromyalgia has. So that should actually calm down and allow you to have a better response. I want to thank each and every one of you. It's just about 15 minutes. And next time, we're going to be, like I say, reviewing those 15 because I have people say, what are those 15 diseases that are similar to fibromyalgia? That way you can help your doctor say, okay, I got that, but I know that there's differences between that and fibromyalgia. Let's take a closer look. Of course, you can always contact us, Fibromyalgia Wellness Center, on a website or at the clinic, 480-948-4955. If you have any questions, whatever. We have free consultations for first visit. And that way we get to know each other, you know what the program is, and we answer a lot of your questions. Thank you so very, very much. Looking forward to visiting with you next week. Also, I think we're going to touch on a little bit of hyperbaric chambers and how they might be able to assist you in your symptoms. Again, it's not a conditional control, but oftentimes hyperbaric chambers do help the symptoms. Thank you very, very much. Again, hope you had a wonderful Easter holiday. Look forward to seeing you next week. And keep in mind, each and every one of these we save so that you can check back. This is number 63. See you next Monday, 12:30. Bye-bye.